Hello and welcome back to my blog, Essays on the Constitution of the United States, Part 41, Agrippa 18, Part 3. Will be the end of the Agrippa letters. This is not mere vision. It is justified by the whole course of things. We shall, therefore, if we neglect the present opportunity to secure ourselves, only increase the number of proofs already too many, that mankind are incapable of enjoying their liberty. I have been the more particular in stating the amendments to be made, because many gentlemen think it would be preferable to receive the new system with corrections. I have by this means brought the corrections into one view, and shown several of the principal points in which it is unguarded. As it is agreed, at least professedly on all sides, that those rights should be guarded, it is among the inferior questions in what manner it is done, provided it is absolutely and effectually done. For my own part, I am fully of opinion that it would be best to reject this plan and pass an explicit resolve, defining the powers of Congress to regulate the intercourse between us and foreign nations, under such restrictions as shall render their regulations equal in all parts of the empire. The impost, if well collected, would be fully equal to the interest of the foreign debt and the current charges of the national government. It is evidently for our interest that the charges should be as small as possible. It is also for our interest that the western lands should, as fast as possible, be applied to the purpose of paying the home debt. Internal taxation and that fund have already paid 2/3 of the whole debt, notwithstanding the embarrassments usual at the end of a war. We are now rising fast above our difficulties. Everything at home has the appearance of improvement. Government is well established, manufactures increasing rapidly, and trade expanding. Till, since the peace, we never sent a ship to India, and the present year, it is said, sends above a dozen vessels from this state only to the countries round the Indian Ocean. Vast quantities of our produce are exported to those countries. It has been so much the practice of European nations to farm out this branch of trade that we ought to be exceedingly jealous of our right. The manufactures of the state probably exceed in value £1,000,000 for the last year. Most of the useful and some ornamental fabrics are established. There is a great danger of these improvements being injured unless we practice extreme caution at setting out. It will always be for the interest of the southern states to raise a revenue from the more commercial ones. It is said that the consumer pays it, but does not a commercial state consume more foreign goods than a landed one? The people are more crowded, and of consequence the land is less able to support them. We know it is to be a favorite system to raise the money where it is, but the money is to be expended at another place and is therefore so much withdrawn annually from our stock. This is a single instance of the difference of interest. It would be very easy to produce others. Innumerable as the differences of manners, and these produce differences in the laws. Uniformity in legislation is of no more importance than in religion. Yet the framers of this new Constitution did not even think it necessary that the President should believe that there is a God, although they require an oath of him. It would be easy to show the propriety of a general declaration upon that subject, but this paper is already extended to so far. Another reason which I had in stating the amendments to be made was to show how nearly those who are for admitting the system with the necessary alterations agree with those who are for rejecting this system and amending the Confederation. In point of convenience, the Confederation amended would be infinitely preferable to the proposed Constitution. In amending the former, we know the powers granted and are subject to no perplexity. But in reforming the latter, the business is excessively intricate, and great part of the checks on Congress are lost. It is to be remembered, too, that if you are so far charmed with eloquence and misled by fair representations and charitable constructions as to adopt an undefined system, there will be no saying afterwards that you were mistaken and wish to correct it. It will then be the Constitution of our country and entitled to defense. If Congress should choose to avail themselves of a popular commotion to continue in being, as the fourth section justifies and as the British Parliament has repeatedly done, the only answer will be that is the Constitution of our country, and the people chose it. It is therefore necessary to be exceedingly critical. Whatsoever way shall be chosen to secure our rights, The same resolve ought to contain the whole system of amendment. If it is rejected, the resolve should contain the amendations of the old system, and if accepted, it should contain the corrections of the new one. Agrippa. I had a hard time with that one. It wasn't the absolute most coherent, to me, anyway, or it's just me. But that's the end of Agrippa, and I'm going to continue for a little while on this. We go on to some other letters next. I don't know that I'm going to read the whole book because it's pretty large, and mainly what I want is for people to get some good idea of the debate that was going on there, especially if you haven't read the Federalist or Anti-Federalist papers. This is kind of an addendum to that. Make it a great day, and bye for now.